All right, let's start. Okay, now who has no worksheet with you, try to get it from the system now. All right, worksheet 17. Okay, all right, more students coming in. Let me welcome them first. Very good. Today we have 8 students here with me already. Okay, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, good. All right. Okay. This question, Alice is X years old, testing on algebra. Keith is the brother who is 9 years older than her. The mother is 3 times as old as Alice. Their father is twice as old as Keith. Okay, if you come across there are so many information and so many people there, what I can suggest you to do, probably can make them into column. Okay, what do I mean by column is to give them some information in your mind map. Okay, so for example, I have Alice. So I represent A as Alice. Keith is the brother. Okay, 9 years older, mom and dad. Fill in the information. For A, it will be X years old, and the brother will be 9 years older. And Alice, so I have X plus 9. And their mom is 3 times of X, right? Because 3 times of Alice. And the father is twice as old as Keith. So Keith will have X plus 9. So what you can do is multiply the algebra by 2. So first thing first, you have this all information, very good. Then the second thing is write down the expression in terms of X. That means it's an algebraic expression. Okay, that's where you have learned earlier on. So for Keith, here X plus 9. Okay, mommy 3X, daddy 2X plus 9. So 2X plus 9, we can expand it out, call 2X plus 18. Simplify it, okay? All right, so if Alice is 15 years old, find the sum of Alice and Keith's ages. So if Alice is 15, so X must equals to 15. All right, so let's do part B here. Alice is 15. He wants the sum of Alice and Keith. Alice is X. Keith will be X plus 9. And this is 2X plus 9 for the ages. So now you start to sub X equals to 15 into the equation, the expression of 2X plus 9, which 2 times 15 plus 9 equals to 30 plus 9. And that gives you 39. Okay, so far so good. Okay, for the rest of them, many of them did not post it into the system for all the answers. Can I check with you who has done this homework through the chat? Thank you, thank you. Okay. Okay, this is worksheet 19, right? So if you have done so, please write your name, Van. Thank you. But when do you do it? How long also? Good. As long as you try them, okay? Because when I check the system, oh, this morning, no wonder. Because, so you have to work last minute. Now I know. Because last night I checked and most of them has not. So if you were, this is, oh, sorry, worksheet 17. sorry. Worksheet 17, yesterday night. Okay, worksheet 17. Okay, who else did? Okay, Nadia. Oh, you do last minute. Okay. Okay, no worries. If you have done it, fine, good. If you have not, then for the next worksheet, try to do them earlier, okay? Next question. Let's turn to the next page. Here. Okay, now look at this. Solve the equation. The moment they say solve the equation, that means they want value. Okay, the word solve. That means this is an equation. Equation comes with right-hand side and left-hand side. Okay, let's take a look at the first one. 3p plus 4 equals to 2 of 7 minus 2p. So you see here, you can do first thing is the expansion. Okay, we call this expansion of this algebraic expression. If not, it's very difficult for you to do it. Okay, so 3x plus 4 and do expansion. We call it 2 times 7 is 14. 2 times 2p will give you minus 4p. Now you realize that you have this common p here. So I'm going to bring all the unknown to the left-hand side. Okay, so 4p. When I move this over to get rid of 4p, I must plus 4p here. I must plus a 4p here. Okay, now I have a 4 here on the left-hand side. To remove the 4, I minus 4 on the left side. I must minus 4 on the right side also. Okay, so to solve for this, I will have 10p. 7p. And then the other side will be 10. Okay, so p alone is 10 out of 7. So p will be 1 whole 3, 7. Okay. Next question is about fractional. So now the thing is with a fractional, there are two things you can do it. One, you can make the common denominator to 30 because it has a common multiple of 30. Now, if not, then you do your authentic way. You cross multiply. Okay, using the 2. 14 minus 5 is equals to 15, 21 minus 12p. Okay, all right. So you can come to expansion again. 2 times 14, 28. 2 times negative 5, that give you negative 10. 15 times 21, you will get down to 315. And 15 times 12, you will get down to 180. But make sure you have a p. Okay. All right. Next step. What you can do here is to move. Okay. Wait, 14p. Sorry, there's a p here missing. Okay. Let me fill in the 14p. So I'm going to move the 14p, remove it by minus 14p from here. So I will have 180. That means I must have minus 14p minus 180p. Okay, or you want to put it the other side, which looks nicer, can also because of the big number. You can have 14p plus 180p. Okay, the reason is because you can have wait, let me check this one. 2 times 14 is 28. No wonder I keep looking at it. Okay, I have 28 instead. So I move my p, I move my 10 here. So I have 28 plus 180. That gives me 208p. And this is 325. Okay, so I have 325 divided by 208. You should get 25 out of 16 if you use calculator. This one calculator allowed, so don't worry. Okay, so I divide this and change it into mixed number. 1 whole 9 over 16. Okay. All right. Next question, C. What you have here is also fractional, but now you have more fractional to solve. Okay, look here. You have 2p minus 1 over 5 at C. I'm not at part C. Okay, let me do this. I have a common. I have to change this into what do you call that? Single fraction. So to change into single fraction, I must have a common denominator, and my lowest common multiple will be 40. Okay. Now I can also do this. Since we are doing a method, changing all denominator the same. Okay. So change all to 40. If you take a look, the denominator 40, what I can do is times 8. Numerator also times 8. Numerator also times to get down to the what? This one times 2. Get down to the equivalent fraction. Okay, so this one will be 8 whole of 2p minus 1, 5p plus 3, and 27 times 2. Okay, so now I can do expansion. All right, and I can combine them into single fraction. Wait, let me do expansion first. Okay, so all the denominator remain at 40, 40, 40. Okay, so now I have to do expansion. 16p minus 8, 5p plus 15, and this will give you 54. Okay, now I want to take you to take note of this rule. When there is a fraction, there is a minus that belongs to the whole basket. Okay, remember, we have said that if we have this as a negative sign, we must be very careful with the whole term. That's why I put bracket. Okay, so coming back here, I'm going to make them into one single fraction. Okay, look here. I will have 16p. I minus 8. I minus 5p. But I have to minus my 15. And that gives me 54 out of 40. Okay? So far, so good? Okay. Now then, I have to change this to equation by simplifying. 16p minus 5p, I get down to 11p minus 21, 15 plus 8, 22, 23, and equals to 54. Do you realize that I don't even want to write down the denominator at this point in time? The reason for that is because since they have common denominator, I am comparing the numerator only. So we just ignore the 40. Okay, so I have 11p, and that gives me the 54 plus 23. 11p, 54 plus 23, and that gives me 77. And you divide, you should get a 7 for p. Okay. This one is 1 whole 9 over 16. Okay, now I want to check with you. At the end of this page, I want you to do this for yourself. There are 3 questions, part A, part B, part C, right? Okay, checking. Can you tell me, do you get 3 out of 3? Okay, I want you to give me responses to the, wait, let me type down